Hi guys, in today's video we are playing Neverwinter. So, we're going to go over the combat changes. I'm going to show you what happens with the Warlock. Well, obviously my name's Warlock, so we'll go over what you need, how to really get to those stats, and some other stuff really. Let's have a look when it decides to load. So obviously you guys know yesterday on the 21st of January the combat changes went live on PC. And here is what to expect when you either log in on PC or when you get it on console. So let's start here. So your hit points and your damage are based off your item level. Higher item level means higher damage, so I swapped out my ebony stained robes. The reason I swapped out those is one for higher item level, 2. The ebony stained robes give power when you attack over a certain amount of HP. And with my power cap, there's no point in me running it anymore due to I'm already over that cap. So let's go straight to the stats. Stats. In this combat change, all your offensive stats, if you are a Warlock or any DPS, you want to start at a minimum of 50%. I'm nearly there on my accuracy, but getting to a 50% is a good start, a good base to go from there and what you need to upgrade. Your defensive stats, as a DPS, I'm told so far you only need to worry about awareness and defense. Your awareness needs to be higher than your defense. I run it like that, and I'm okay in combat. So let's have a look. So I'm running the Lionheart weapon still. I have not got forward to using Celestial yet, but Celestial is a go-to for the DPS at the moment, and it's one I'm going to go for eventually. I've also switched out my Vorpal. I switched to a Plague Fire. The Plague Fire is better than the Vorpal. I don't know why. I do a lot more damage with it at the moment. And I've also switched out Radiance. So to get my stats capped at where I wanted them to be for a base, obviously with the 56%, 50% here, I switched out my Radiance for Wickeds and for Vicious. For multi-stat companion enchantments. And I also run Darks in Utility for Forte. So the Forte stat is here, it tells you what it is. So your Forte contribution, so the higher percentage you have, it'll contribute to your power, crit and awareness. But you can get 90% out of that altogether from rating and other contributions. So mainly, I get it on my Darks at the moment, but there is other ways to get it. Power, if you obviously have ran Neverwinter before, and you are a DPS, you will probably run this set of companions, or maybe these two, the Deep Crow and the Compy. You may run the Crystal Golem, but these give 15% power, and so does the book set. They give 1.5% power, but they also increase your hit points still. Everything is a combined rating in as well, so like your arms, your enchantments, everything will all contribute to that anyway. So if you are a DPS who's struggling to get to those caps, I'd recommend switching out Radiance. I even switched out Empowered as well. I switched out Empowered to Recondite and Enigmatic due to accuracy and combat advantages that I need. Obviously, so here you go. Bullet Pump is still best, or any augment is still the best. But fighting companions do stuff, but not as much. I find that the Bullet Pump is better for me compared to, let's say, the Crystal Golem or the Alpha Compy. I have 5 mythics right now. The best thing to do is obviously get them all up to mythic. Your companion bolster is here, so your max item level contribution is 3,000. I don't know what your max is over here for your item level contribution on your mounts, but I'm at 80. The Toad is still really good for a single target. Everything, mounts, debuffs, they're still all good. Let me go to Warlock, my powers. So let me give you a little feat build run over. Or my build run over. So I'm a Hellbringer, obviously for DPS. I run the Hellish Rebuke and Eldritch Blast on my at-wills. My encounters on single target are Killing Flames, Hadar's Grasp, and Hellfire Ring, but you can switch Hellfire Ring out for Blades of Vanquished Armies. Due to it it depends on what you prefer running. Obviously, for single target, Tyrannical Curse, AoE, Gates of Hell, or Accursed Souls, or Soul Siphon. Class features, I run Dust to Dust and No Pity No Mercy. Obviously, Dust to Dust is a 5% damage boost. No Pity No Mercy is the Hellish Rebuke that makes it deal no damage over time. Let's go straight to my feats. So my feats are the Power of the 9 Hells. I run the Power of the 9 Hells now. So you can summon a Soul Puppet. The Soul Puppet actually does a bit of damage now, without actually consuming a curse or using curse synergy. Obviously, Warlock's Curse over Parting Blasphemy, because you're not going to be removing the curses from bosses, so you deal 12% more damage when you're using powers with targets afflicted with the curse. So most targets in combat will have the curse anyway, if you play your Warlock right. Your Risky Investment, standard. Creeping Deaths, standard. And Soul Spark Recovery, standard. Let me get into the boons. So, I'm not running the Power Boon anymore, due to the Power Boon increases percentage of power instead of what it actually would do. So, if I was to run the Power Boon, I would gain 510 power per rank. Obviously, my power is 51,000, and that's 1%. So I've started running all the other boons, like defense, crit strike, accuracy, awareness, everything like that, to get my other offensive stats up. I do run the hit point boon. It's not really necessary. Like, I have 625,000 hit points nearly, and that's just with the hit point boon. I still run movement speed, because running fast is the best. Companion influence boon has been replaced with the defect severity. For a tank, that's probably where you'd want to go. And the crit severity boon up here has been replaced with Forte. I would personally take Forte because it will boost the stats that it gives you, and it's overall really good. Master boons, I now run Deathly Rage, due to it gives combat advantage and crit severity and power. It depends on what you need. I picked it because I needed the combat advantage. The other boons aren't too bad. This is more of a tanks boon. This is pretty much the same as it was before. There's a couple that are basically the same. Your guild boons, if you are a guild leader. So I still run the power boon to have that boost of power, just to make sure I'm at that cap, or maybe a little bit over for now. But you can get a crit severity boon. Gives you 3,000. So each boon here, it says it gives 300 power and 80 combine rating per structure rank. So if that structure is at 10, you get 3,000 power and 800 combine rating. It's the same with all these boons if they are max level. Hit point boon is still the same. I still run hit point boon, but it only gives 12,000 hit points now instead of 32,000. Incoming healing is the same still. It'll give the incoming healing. I kind of want the defense boon because I'm not capped on defense and we don't have it yet in this guild. But I might put it out there. But let's go into dungeons. So I ran Tom last night and it's a different story. Ooh, 10 mount great tokens, nice. The Citadel, the Infernal Citadel. Oh my god. The Infernal Citadel's first boss is a really big struggle. But dungeons, are harder. I'll show you what caps are like. So, 30k for the Epic Dungeon queue now, due to Citadel being in the Epic Dungeon queue. The trial queue hasn't changed, obviously, yet. But I would really not like them to put Tom or Zariel in there, because that will be a struggle. You're obviously, if you do run Zariel, if you do run Tower, Zariel Master is 35,000, Tom is 30k. In these two, as I know so far, you're not capped down in item level, but anything below Citadel, you are capped down to the item level of the dungeon. And that does make it quite hard. We did, so Lom here, the second boss in Lom, we had to take 2 healers. it is a struggle due to the golems and the electric. Yeah, so just be prepared for content to be a bit harder. Obviously with the scaling. Let me head up to the dummy and show you what my damage now looks like. So before the combat update, I was hitting maybe 2 mil on Tyrannical Curse, 2 mil on Killing Flames, about 7 mil on my Toad. But that doesn't happen anymore. So let me show you how the DPS now works. As you see, huge difference in damage, but most enemies now have less health than they did before. But my personal opinion on this is I like this. It feels like content is like challenging to do now. It's not just a simple run through. You get everything done. It's actually quite hard, and that's what's good. But this is my quick tutorial on like what to run. Tom Ring's still good, still best in slot. The Engine Master set and the books are still mainly best in slot for a DPS. Like I said, Lionheart if you've got it, Celestial if you've got it, depending. Maybe other people out there, YouTubers or maybe Northside or someone like that, will find a better weapon, maybe an older mod weapon. But as of now, I'm sticking to these. Bilethorn is the best weapon enchantment. I will show you why. I'm pretty sure they've buffed Bilethorn. I can't spell today. There we go. I remember before the update, the Bilethorns were doing 40 magnitude. So as you read it, your at-will encounters and daily powers do 8% more damage as poison. I think they've buffed this bit though. Targets enemies take 60 magnitude damage as poison damage after 4 seconds. That was 40. I think they've changed it. Also, the other best weapon enchantment if you are a healer, I think is the Holy Avenger. I will just leave it on your screen now. That's a Vorpal. I'll leave it there and I'll read it. The at-will encounters and daily powers deal 8% bonus damage as radiant damage, and you have a 10% chance to improve your allies' defense by 3% while healing them for magnitude 60 for each second for 10 seconds. So your Holy Avenger will now heal targets as well as apply a defense over the top of them, which is, I think, is a great one for a healer. My friend, he's a healer. We went into a dungeon last night and the Holy Avenger was so much better than the Vorpal. But before I end this video, back to the beginning. So make sure you maximize item level while also trying to cap these stats. 90%, like I said, 90% is probably what, if you are a DPS, is probably what you'll all have due to the Alpha Compy, the Bullet Pup, the Deep Crow, everything like that. But if you are starting this update, go for a minimum of 50% and you shouldn't have trouble. If you're a Warlock, obviously awareness and defense as well, because that's like one of your main stats. But yeah, if you are starting this update, go for 50%. You shouldn't have trouble. Just rewards, Citadel's hard, and Lom is hard on second boss. Tom and everything like that's harder. But I appreciate the time. Thank you very much for watching this. This is just a quick recap on the combat change and the live preview of it now in game. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next two. Well, in fact, I'll see you guys when the Sharandar mod comes out for a campaign rundown and a dungeon rundown when we unlock it. Thanks, guys.